name's Autumn Deloy, and today I'll be discussing problem solving, critical thinking, and argumentation in groups. I'll be starting at the end of chapter 9 of our textbook for problem solving, and then going on to chapter 10 for critical thinking and argumentation. These are skills that will be used all the time in personal and professional groups, so it's a good idea to have a basic understanding and a few basic techniques of these skills on deck for when you're working in groups. Problem solving in groups can get really messy, and that's why it's a good idea to have a few good procedures and follow one of them to make sure that things run smoothly and feel organized. One procedure for problem solving is brainstorming, which is best to use when the decision needs to be made very quickly or when a group members kind of already have an idea of what their solution will be. They just need to work out the specifics. So for brainstorming to work, it's important that members avoid passing judgment until the very end of the brainstorming session. And to that note, you want to generate as many ideas as possible and then narrow them down afterwards. So don't hold back anything that you think might get shot down. Just try to generate as many ideas as possible. Another procedure is the decreasing options technique, or the DOT method, which serves the function of reducing a larger amount of ideas to a more manageable amount. To use this technique, group members are given a marker, or like I have stickers, and they use those to dot the ideas that they believe should move on to the next round of judging. So the different options might be displayed on a wall or on a table, and then they're individually dotted by each member. The DOT method can be used after brainstorming or just in any situation where a large quantity of options need to be brought down to a more manageable number. When problem solving, make sure you lay out a few solution criteria so that group members know what their solution should and should not include. And it's also important to make sure that group members have the option of taking part in problem solving so that everyone has the equal opportunity. To learn more about problem solving, you can read Group Problem Solving by Harvey J. Brightman. Sometimes in group communication, though, members will have differing opinions, and they'll have to use critical thinking and argumentation to come to a consensus. First, we have critical thinking. Critical thinking is a conscious process that helps us come to the best conclusions when problem solving by questioning and assessing the validity of evidence. Instead of thinking of critical thinking as criticizing the ideas of others, try to think of it as this colander. So when I pour this mixture into a colander, it separates the large particles from the small. Similarly, when you use critical thinking, it separates quality factual evidence from invalid information. Thinking critically means considering all outcomes, variables, and contradictory information before accepting that something is true or false. Critical thinking is essential for making informed decisions and, if necessary, forming a strong argument. Argumentation isn't something that's often seen as beneficial, but when it comes to solving group issues, argumentation can have a lot of benefits. Our textbook explains that argumentation promotes an understanding and critical thinking, and it helps gain recognition for minority opinions. It also reduces the risk of groupthink, which is something that's caused by an over-adherence to the majority opinion of the group. An argument isn't always a statement in opposition to someone. It's simply an assertion of something you believe to be true. Therefore, argumentation in its least confrontational form is just people with differing beliefs trying to come to an agreement by explaining to the other their side. It's important to avoid confrontational argumentation, which shifts the focus from creating a solution for the group to winning the argument for yourself. Remember to keep the common goal of the group the central focus of your argument. Finally, you should make an effort to understand your opposition by asking clarifying questions and actively listening to their argument before being overly critical. To learn more about argumentation, you can read How to Win an Argument, The Use and Abuse of Logic by Madsen Pyrie. In short, problem solving, critical thinking, and argumentation are skills that are closely related to one another and often used in tandem. Problem solving should be done procedurally to ensure organization and fair treatment of all members. And then when issues in problem solving arise, critical thinking and argumentation are helpful tools to help reach a consensus. Thank you.